Hey you guys, my name is Megan. I'm a manifestation coach, and I'm somebody who specializes in getting to the root cause of what your subconscious blocks are or blind spots are to help you manifest and clear things up so you can. I'm dedicated for you guys to manifest in every part of your life. So if you guys are interested in that, check out the description and link below. There's so many ways for us to work together. So why do I think this is so important to manifesting? Okay, we're gonna dive into this, and I'm gonna talk about one of my amazing clients in this because, and maybe I might talk about a collection of them. But as I said, it's so important to get to your root cause. So this client has done a lot of work herself. She's done a lot of different coaching and a lot of different programs, but nothing was really changing in her life. And one aspect, especially love, that's why she came to me originally, was for SP. So as I listened to her story, I was able to pinpoint her root cause. Now, why is this so important? It's so important, you guys, because we are always going on with our lives pretty much on autopilot, okay? Our past programming is set in there in our mind, right? And we just think it's normal. Okay, we just think it's normal to feel this way. It's normal and it's subconscious. So often we're protecting ourselves, maybe pushing people away, creating toxicity in our relationships. It can come in various forms of anything. And this is no judges here because we all have something we want to manifest in our lives. Okay, and manifestation can be very simple, right? Okay, we know the tools. We know that our thoughts are creating our reality. You've heard that, okay, over and over again. And you might be thinking, well, why is this not working for me? Why am I just saying these affirmations and nothing's working? And I want to tell you, I've been one of those people. I've said my affirmations. I might have got a little change, but then things would kind of revert back, okay, to the old things again. And you know, that heaviness comes in your body in different ways. For me, it would come in anxiety or anger. So I would feel it come up in those sort of ways. And until I got to my own root cause of things. So we're all doing this, okay? So we're all doing it because, again, we're not consciously choosing any situation. We're not, when I say that, what I mean is we're not purposely trying to make these bad things happen to us. Okay, we're not purposely doing that. And we hear, okay, just say your affirmations, just act as if, and, you know, like things will change. Well, yes, except if we remember that our thoughts are creating, okay, and we're on autopilot and we have like 60,000 thoughts a day, you're going to continuously, and they're blind spots, right? Because most of us don't realize what we're saying over and over again because it just feels so natural. It feels like it's just our self-identity. It's who we are. It's always how it's been. We're not, you know, we've heard of, oh, there's limiting beliefs. So, but we know them. We got it. You know, I know it. All I got to go say is I'm worthy, I'm worthy, I'm worthy. Well, no, guys, it's way deeper than that, okay? And I've just helped so many people lately just really get to the root cause. And it's so powerful to watch that transformation, okay? And that's what I want to help everybody do, all right? So I just want to explain that manifesting, yes, it can be very simple and simplistic. But what makes it feel difficult is because our beliefs are manifesting our reality. So for instance, if you have a belief that money is hard to get, or you have to hustle and grind to get something, or that you need to be hidden, you know, or you can't outshine somebody, or you need to, no one ever protects you, or you can't trust people. I mean, everybody has different root causes that they're not even aware of. So those, what I'm trying to tell you is those assumptions, those core beliefs, they're an autopilot. You're saying them all day. They drive your actions. They drive your behaviors. They're driving your thoughts. They're driving your emotions. They're attracting situations into your life because your thoughts are creating. That's why they're at the core level. Okay. They're at the core. You keep saying them. You're not even aware of them. And so then you get an event. You create that from those beliefs. Okay, it's what's happening. And then you continuously, so then you react, I guess, to those. And you say, see, I knew people always treat me this way. This was a way why I protect myself. This is why, you know, I can't trust people. all right, then again, that's permeating. You're collapsing the waves and particles in that quantum field, okay? You're collapsing that reality based on that assumption, and you're going to get that again and again and again, okay, until you actually get to that core belief. Now, people usually, this client in particular came to me for SP. And through me hearing her story, I was able to pick out her core beliefs. And again, she's had lots of different programs and coaching, and she was able to hear this, okay? And sometimes I do have to say, people want to say that's not what they kind of aren't ready for the message, and that's okay. But if you really need to be willing to look at this, really be willing to listen to what's being said. And you can also look at what's showing up in your reality that you don't like, but sometimes it's hard to figure out your blind spots because it just feels like autopilot. So as she's telling me the story, we get her stories, we get to the root cause. I figure out, what her root cause is, and it just lifts this like wave of like, I can just see it, like this relief. She's like, oh my God, Megan, nobody's ever told me this. I cannot believe it. This is it. This is the core. And it was emotional, and we talked through it. We came up with some different routines or different affirmations or different things to do through those blocks that she had. Because again, you're going to manifest what you are, not what you want. So if you're identifying, if your self-identity is, I have to do everything on my own, or I don't trust people, then you're going to continuously manifest situations that show you that, because everybody's just a mirror to you. Does that make sense, you guys? It's going to continuously happen. And I do have clients continuously tell the same story. And it's in various parts of their lives. So with this client in particular, we're working on the SP, but it went off light bulb moment. And then, she said it was kind of like, well, I don't know if I should use her analogy, but basically she said that it was like a light bulb moment. The next day she felt like super emotional, next couple of days. And then she just started seeing, because, which is totally fine, because you're kind of dying to that old man, as Neville Goddard would say, it's the old man that you think is so familiar. And that's why there's always a gain, you guys. That's why we stay somewhere sometimes, because we usually feel like there's a gain for us to feel safety. Okay, and there's usually something that happened to us from a younger age that caused us to feel unsafe. So we start protecting ourselves from certain things. And again, that's what I'm here to help you guys figure out what's going on in your life. And so she was able to actually start seeing a couple of days later how this was played out in all areas of her life: her career, her money, her family, obviously her love life, but her friends, like every single thing, she had clarity. She's like, oh my God, no wonder this person is saying this to me, and no wonder this happened. And she's able to make all those connections because she's able to see that assumption. So our goal is to start seeing our assumptions. And again, that's why it's so important to get to that root cause and seeing those assumptions or our core beliefs, and then writing out what we want, what would be the opposite of that. So we want to identify that. And so when that core belief comes back up, it's going to feel so like natural. It's going to feel like you just want to go down there. It's going to feel like it's an addiction almost, right? Because it's a habit. Maybe that habit might be a better way, but better word that is. But it's a habit to keep going down that way, and your body's going to keep you there. It's going to want to keep you safe, and it's going to keep you stuck. So therefore, you want to release that old story. So that's what she did. We got to the root cause. She was able to start releasing all those stories after she started making those connections and realizing, oh my gosh, this limiting belief is actually all across my life. Like, it all makes sense now. And she started releasing that. And it was just amazing for her. She felt like a new person, just felt like, and I could see her in the next session because she's telling me all about all the connections that she had overcome by getting to that root subconscious belief and then rewiring those neural pathways. And doing that means you're going to start paying attention to that, that limiting belief, start feeling your emotions, releasing those emotions. Okay, we do that also when you work with me. And then, coming up with the right words or visualizations or technique for the new image of yourself that you want to have, and what the new assumptions, I guess would be a better word, that you want to create. Okay, because remember what was showing up before, all comes from that subconscious core belief that all of us have on autopilot that we're not aware of because it's just habitual. And we have 60,000 thoughts a day. We're saying the same thing over and over again, okay, and usually not aware of it, all right? So again, like I've said in many videos, the most important thing, in my opinion, is to be aware of it, okay? Because if you're not aware of it, then how are you going to know how to change it? All right, and you've been doing this forever, so it doesn't have to be like a bad thing that you have these limiting beliefs either. You know, it's actually really powerful to acknowledge those. It's like somebody who's playing a sport. Let's say somebody is playing basketball, or let's say football. I guess if you're from America, football season's coming up, and you have a quarterback that's throwing the ball, okay? And he's a coach that's going to say, you know what, let's like do it this way so you can have a better spiral. Okay, it's like running different plays. Or you could go to basketball, be like, hey, you know what, you need to, you know, flick your wrist a little bit more so the ball goes in. Okay, we all have these little blind spots, even though you might have been shooting forever for a basketball this way, and then all of a sudden someone comes along and says, maybe you should shoot it this way. Or maybe you can do with makeup or your hair. I mean, anything. We always might be thinking we're doing it the right way, that someone comes along and says, hey, you know what, like, here's a blind spot. This could be something can help you improve it. So there's nothing wrong with it. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Sometimes people, I guess really, let me make my point, is what I'm trying to say is that people sometimes fear, and I think I said this in one of my last videos, fear their negative thoughts, fear their negative beliefs, and fear that's going to manifest. See, I don't agree with that. I think that you should be 100% aware of it, because awareness is power. Then you're not suppressing it, repressing it. You become consciously aware of it. And since you are the conscious creator, once you become consciously aware of what those old programmings are, you're able then to make that choice. Do I want to choose different programs? Are these programming serving me? Oh my gosh, like this client's like, oh my gosh, I did not know this. And then she was able to take that, you know, limiting belief, her core belief that she had held on to her whole life, and let go of it and see the connection of how it manifested out in every scenario of her life, not just her love life. And she felt like a weight was lifted off of her, and it changed everything for her outlook for love, her outlook for career, her outlook for money, her outlook with family. She just felt a complete relief, okay, into this. So she's going to be able to manifest more with ease of what she wants, because again, she wasn't even aware of that heaviness, that brick that was holding her down. Even though she tried, she kept going back to this. And we all can do this, you know, think we're doing something, but it's those core beliefs that are holding us down, that are keeping us there. And there's always a gain for it, usually because it wants to keep us safe and protected. And we just think that's just the way life is. It's just our identity. So what we're doing is figuring out what that core belief is, detaching it from it, okay? Realize it's not our identity, because we manifest who we are, okay? So we don't have to be those beliefs anymore. Those voices in your head could be from somebody else. Those were their limiting beliefs. Okay, and it started, you know, becoming your beliefs about yourself. And that's the beauty of it. You can change those. You can change those core beliefs and start manifesting what you want. But getting to the root cause, being completely honest and aware of them, is what's going to change, okay? And like I said, they're usually connected throughout your whole life, because it is what you're identifying with. So, you know, therefore people start changing, because there's nobody to change but yourself. So again, everybody's just mirroring back to you. So if you have a belief, let's say that money is hard, I have to work hard for my money, you're going to be continuously met with situations that show you that, events, because remember, that's your core belief, that's your thoughts, that's what you're repeating over and over again on a habitual basis. Therefore, the event manifests after those thoughts, and then you react to that, and then you choose to say, look, this happened again, I knew it was right. Or people will say things to you, or other experiences will happen, which will keep you stuck in that belief, okay? Does that make sense? Or, you know, it could be, you know, like for SP or love, you know, love is hard, okay? I mean, I'm just saying very generic things, you guys. Everybody, I do not want anybody to take all these things, you know, these are personalized. When you come for coaching with me, it's personalized on your beliefs, what I hear from your story, because everybody has different stories. Not two stories are the same. So anyway, if it's an SP thing and you're saying, okay, love is hard, I can't have love, then that's your thought process, right? So you are thinking that on a daily basis. You have that thought, that's your core belief, which is going to create different thoughts, different feelings. Okay, you keep thinking it over and over again because it's like a habit. Then you see the circumstance in your reality that's going to give you the evidence, and you're going to say, oh, here you go. Look, there it is. There it is again. I know love's hard for me. See, I know love's hard. And then everybody's going to reflect back to you. Yeah, love is hard for you. I'm so sorry that I don't get it for you. Okay. And then you're going to say, oh, I'm going to say my affirmations twice. Okay. And then you didn't change the core programming, right? Because you revert right back to yourself, and then another circumstance happens, and then you react again. So what we're doing is we're breaking into that root cause, breaking those programmings, and persisting in the new program to manifest what we want in our reality. So we need to persist in that too, you guys. You need to persist in that. And I can tell you, sometimes it can feel heavy, because it can feel heavy when you're doing it, but can also feel so gratifying once you get to the root cause and feel like, oh my gosh, like, wow, I can manifest whatever I want in my reality by just changing this couple assumptions. Okay, this isn't me. I'm not tied to this for the rest of my life. I'm not stuck in this. Okay, and then you start practicing that. So, that's why it's so important to understand all of this and to really, see, what am I saying on a daily basis? What am I hearing on a daily basis? A lot of people argue in their mind with people as well. Okay, and that's creating as well, right? So if you have an SP that you're saying, hey, I'm hard, they're hard to love, or they don't communicate well, let's say, you're going to continuously, and then you're probably arguing with them, being like, why can't you communicate better? Why aren't you communicating better in your mind? And they're not changing. And there you go. See, like, okay, I always attract people that can't communicate. I'm a great communicator, but why can't they communicate? So then another event happens. You react to it. Okay. But what we want to do is start getting to those core beliefs. Okay. Then create a scene that's, get to that core belief, get to those, okay, that's what I'm identifying with. That's how I think is my truth. That's not working for me. So therefore, like this client, let me see how this connected to everything. Oh my gosh, it connects in all these different ways. I'm going to release this. I'm going to reprogram my mind. I'm going to watch and do some self-audits as things come up. Okay, I'm going to self-audit myself, as notice when my triggers come, when I want to jump back into that version of myself that reacts, that version of myself that gets angry, that version of myself that hides, that version of myself that, feels like they can't trust people, that version of myself that wants to hide, because it's going to come up. You're going to start self-auditing that and be like, but that's not the version I'm going to be right now. The new version of me is somebody who's peaceful, who's calm, okay, who always can receive love, receive money, all right? Those are just some examples, like I said, because everybody has different beliefs going on. But I just want to say that's what's so important. So in this instance, this client, huge success over a couple sessions of getting to that core belief, her being able to connect it, start seeing massive change in her reality so far, massive change in people saying different things, getting different feedback. Obviously, she's feeling so much better, this relief, and also seeing the connection. And that's super empowering, right? Isn't it empowering to be able to do that? I feel like it is. So, let's really help each other out with this. And this is like the core of manifesting. So if you guys want to, tell me how it's helped you or what you've been able to work through and what you've been able to manifest, please do. This is a great platform for people to encourage each other, okay, through this process. There's no self-judgment on this. We're accepting ourselves, okay? So even if you have those limiting beliefs, it's accepting and forgiving yourself. You didn't know any better. You didn't purposely try to do this, okay? It's just old programming that we're escaping, and changing it so we can choose a different reality, all right? And that's how that can work. So you guys comment, like, share, and if you guys want to work together, please check out the description in the link below. So this client was able to have massive success in all areas with money, career, family, everything, you guys. So please, know that you're not stuck with anything in your life at all. Anything can change. And I'm here to help you guys. I'm here to help you through this, to hold your hand, to see where your blind spots are, to encourage you, and just be here for you guys so you can have the best life possible. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in this video. I love you all, and I hope you have a wonderful day.